Hello friends. So today we will learn body parts in French. So body is called as le corps. Le corps. Le. So le that is the is added in all the words so that we can understand that if it is female or it is male. So body is male and it is le. So le has been added. In case something is female, la will be added. And if something is in plural, les, le will be added. So le is pronounced as le. So le corps. Then leg in English and la, jambe in French. Thigh in English, la, cuisse. Buttock in English and la, fesse in French. Knee in English, la gnau. Kneecap in English, la rotule in French. Calf in English, la moule in French. Le moule. Ankle in English, la cheville in French. Foot in English, la pied, or in case it is feet, then it will be les pied. So le pied and les pied. So s at last is silent in French. So in pied we won't pronounce s of last. Heel in English, le talon. Toe in English, l'orteil in French. Arm in English, le bras. Shoulder in English, l'épaule in French. Forearm in English, l'avant-bras in French. Elbow in English, le coude in French. Wrist in English, le poignet in French. Fist in English, le poing in French. Hand in English, la main or la main in French. Palm in English, la paume in French. Finger in English, la doigt in French. Thumb in English, la pouce in French. Index finger in English and l'index or l'inde in French. Middle finger in English, le médier in French. Ring finger in English, l'annulaire in French, l'annulaire. Little finger in English, le petit doigt, le petit doigt. Knuckle in English, l'articulation. So with the it will be l'articulation in French. Nail in English, le clou. So fingertip in English, le bout du doigt. Le bout du doigt in French. Head in English, la tête, la tête in French. Hair in English, les cheveux in French. Eyes in English, l'œil, l'œil in French. And in case it is plural eyes, then it will be les yeux. So there is l'œil and then plural will be les yeux in French. Eyelid in English, and in French it will be la paupière, la paupière, la paupière, paupière. Eyelash in English, la, le cil, le cil, le cil, le cil. Eyebrow in English, le sourcil, le sourcil, le sourcil in French, le sourcil. Nose in English, le nez in French. Nostrils in English, la nahine, la nahine in French. Beard in English, la barbe in French. Moustache in English, la moustache, la moustache, la moustache in French. Dimple in English, la fossette, la fossette, la fossette in French. Mouth in English, la bouche in French, la bouche. So mouth in English and la bouche in French. Lips in English, le lèvres in French. Tooth in English, la dent in French. And in case it is teeth, tooth is la dent and teeth is les dents. So S will be silent, but with les it will be plural, les dents. So it will pronounced as a dent. The same, it will be same, but la and les will be different. Wisdom tooth, la dent de sage, la dent de sage, la dent de sage, la dent de sage. So gum in English and la gencive in French. Tongue in English, la langue. Jaw in English, la mâchoire in French. Tongue in English, la langue in French. Back in English, le dos in French. Waist in English, la ceinture in French. Hip in English, lanceur in French. Lanceur. Hip in English, lanceur in French. Chest in English, la poitrine in French. Stomach in English, l'estomac in French. Armpit in English, les cils in French. Armpit in English, les cils. Navel in English, le nombril in French, le nombril. Skeleton in English, le squelette in French. Skull in English, le crâne in French. Spine in English, le vertebral. La colonne vertébrale. La colonne vertébrale in French. Rib in English, la côte, la côte, la côte in French. Lung in English, le poumon, le poumon, le poumon in French. Heart in English, heart in English, le cœur in French. Liver in English, le foie, le foie in French. Intestine in English, l'intestin in French, l'intestin. Bone in English, l'os in French. Muscle in English, le muscle in French. Brain in English, le cerveau in French. Brain in English, le cerveau in French. Spleen in English, la hâte.
Utérus.
Womb in English, l'utérus in French. Womb in English, l'utérus in French. So that's all for today. To sign up for my course, you can check the details in description, or you can connect with us. Details are provided in description. That's all for today.